going to do a DeJeL server listing server review of the official section Z. So, firstly, starting out with easy to understand layout. So I start with channels. The server stats channels are almost always easy to understand, but I'm just surprised how many members there are in comparison to bots. You haven't advertised this much, I can tell. Oh, I will count that part of layout. Your verification system. You have this verification thing. And then there's also another bot that you have doing verification. And it's hard for a lot of people to tell which bot they should actually be verifying through, or if they need to verify through both, or if they honestly don't really need to verify through either. So, honestly, what I feel you should do is either remove the other verification bot, or make it easier to understand to know for a fact which verification bot to use. I know in the welcome message you redirect them to this channel, and this channel you tell them to use this bot basically, but they're still DM'd with the verification bot that's not this bot. So I don't know. Let's see. That's not the name of this channel. Alrighty then. That's interesting. Let's see. Our connected servers, what does this mean? Sorry, it takes me a little bit to go through, and my Discord is buggy. Lag is really annoying sometimes.
How about a lot of times?
Go to that one already. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing it's other servers you own. Oh, let's see if this is easy to understand.
What are you doing? Psst. Psst. Hey. 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 Psst. Knock it off. Knock it off. Stop that. Don't argue with me. I said stop that. Are you hungry? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Hmm? Okay, come on.
Yeah, pretty easy to understand. What I meant to do. There we go. I don't think that's officially a glitch per se. It has to do with how that language is written. Wait, when my thing does this. Anyway, guessing this is kind of like an announcements channel here. Come on, switch. Well, I'm gonna pause the recording for now. When I get back to when I get finished going through all the channels, I'll resume the recording unless I have something to say important on a channel. So both Hydra Music Request and the Bump channel should be moved to main, as I don't see any reason to consider them that important that they should be with what I would consider the announcement channel category. And the suggestions channel, you should make it where people can't send messages in unless you're okay with them doing so. If you're okay with them doing so, then that's fine, but elsewise you should fix that issue. So overall in that category, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. I've already told you all the critiques and reasons. Oh, just realized that I messed up on that part. Next is clear and definitive rules. So let's go and take a look. No voice chat channel hopping. Okay, annoying loud or high-pitched noises. Reduce the amount of background noise possible. Moderators reserve the right to disconnect you from a voice channel if your sound quality is poor. Moderators reserve the right to disconnect, mute, deafen, or move members from voice channels. Okay. The words rules for voice chat should have been moved to the top. I don't know hardly anyone that reads from bottom to top. Most people read from top to bottom. So the way you did that is confusing. If you put the rules for voice chat part at the bottom, it should be at the top. I know you probably meant toxicity, but you need to add the Y at the end there. And you should follow the trend all the way down in that category. All those things are things you don't want people to do. So, either you should put no all the way down the list, which honestly, I don't think you need to do that, or you should just remove the no from the part where you say no alt accounts. Because I'm pretty sure you want no homophobia, no racism, no ableism, no toxicity, no alt accounts. But you don't need to say that through all of them because it's understood that doing any of those will get you a ban. Therefore, when you say no alt accounts, it makes it almost sound like you're saying if you don't have an alt account, you will get banned. So I don't think that's what you mean, so you should remove the word no there. Okay, this one doesn't make sense. Slurs of any kind, whether you're allowed to say it or not. If you're telling them that they aren't allowed to say it, then they aren't allowed to say it. Doesn't matter whether or not anyone else would say they are. You're saying they're not, therefore they're not. So you shouldn't be saying whether you're allowed to say it or not. That just adds confusion. Under the swearing part, I don't think you need anything beyond the word swearing in that part. Just saying. For the drama part, once again, the same as the swearing. I don't think you need any of the rest that was after it. Remove, and the next one, I think you should reword it. Pinging staff if there is no problem. And in parentheses, replies are okay or replies excluded. I think excluded would work better, but you can keep it are okay if you want, but put that in parentheses. And the next one, flirting in chat. As opposed to please don't flirt in chat. Because it just, the reason I'm telling you all these rewordings, it follows the trend of what was above. So it will keep for better understanding, less confusion. Just remove the word no from the next one. Well, yeah, the remaining ones that have the word no, just remove the no. I struggle with the whole mini-modding thing myself to some extent. However, what I normally do is I normally just mention the rules channel when someone is breaking a rule, and it's up to them to figure out why I mentioned the rules channel. I will do no more than that normally. For the please be welcoming, I think you should say being unwelcoming. It will follow the trend of everything. And as far as share links and advertise, if that's what you're wanting them to do, then I would say not sharing links in advertise. No, sharing links outside of advertise. That's how I'd word that. I would word that sharing links outside of advertise. If you want them to put it there. If you don't want them to put it there, then leave it as is. And for the next one, speaking languages other than English. And as far as this last part here, I suggest putting a space after the first colon, where it says Discord TOS colon, put a space right after that colon. And where it says guidelines colon, put a space right after that colon. Doing so will make those into hyperlinks, which will make people actually able to follow the link. So all the edits I feel you need to make, they're really for clarification purposes, but it's just how many of them there are. I'm going to give you an 8 out of 10 there as well. Basically just following one setup throughout the entirety of it is all I'm really trying to get you to do. So just listing everything you don't want, or listing everything you do want. Don't do a mixture of what you do and don't want. That's confusing. Either list everything that you don't want so people won't do that, or list everything that you do want so people will do that. If you want to do a mixture, rather than saying you'll get punished if you do this, or you won't get punished if you do this, but we'll ask you not to, rather than doing that, just put the rules, and then if you want to put an addition like that, put it at the end of each rule. saying breaking this rule will result in whatever. So yeah, 8 out of 10. And not because I don't understand the rules, but because I could see how easy it would be for people to get confused with the rules, as they are now. I fully understand them, but not everyone would. I don't really see much in the way of redundancy of channels. I don't really see anything in the way of redundancy of channels. Oh, just realized, I think you should move the announcements up above the main, but below the important. That's just my personal suggestion. Oh wait, that's announcements for P Playground. Never mind. I just realized what that was for. That's not for actual announcements, that's for bot announcements. So yeah, no, never mind. You can leave that there.
So weird. Not here anymore.
Though there is a small redundancy of rules, oh, there's not. I just thought there was. So nope, I see no redundancies. So on that category, you actually get a 10 out of 10. Oh, forgot about one part. Originality of server concept. This seems just like a general community server that's not very big. And there's multiple things that make me think this server may be incomplete, but I'm not positive on that, but that doesn't affect this rating at all. But I see nothing that makes this server seem to stand out based on the server concept at all. Just seems like a general community server, a small one, but still. Therefore, under originality of community server and all that, I normally award 3 points either by leaving them there or removing them depending on what I feel necessary. And I don't think you deserve any of those 3 points, which is the reason you're getting a 7 out of 10 here. Because you get full marks for redundancy of rules and channels, but no marks for originality of server concept. Now, my interactions with the owner, they definitely were friendly. And from what I see of the rules, they intend for them and their staff to be friendly, because the staff are supposed to represent how to follow the rules. Therefore, staff of a server should not be people that are going to be breaking those rules. So I would say I haven't actually witnessed anyone go over and above to help anyone else. That's why I'm only giving a 9 out of 10 on this. If I had witnessed such, then, and I believe it's possible for such, but I haven't witnessed it. If I had witnessed such, then I'd be given a 10. And how interesting is the server? Honestly, with how it feels way too bot heavy, and it also feels like it could be incomplete. I'm not sure on that, but it does feel like it could be. And the fact that nothing really stands out as far as it being a community server. I'm going to say, now, the number of bots it has, I would not consider too much if you were in the thousands of members already. But with how many members you have, it's way too bot heavy. I feel no more than 20 bots maximum before you're up to thousands of members. Like 2,000 plus is what I mean by thousands of members. So I'm going to say 4 out of 10 on this. And how likely would I suggest another just join it? Honestly, 2 out of 10. For this exact same reasons as I put 4 out of 10 on the previous one. I honestly don't know enough people that would want to join that bot heavy of a server. So my final verdict will be 38 out of 60. And I'm going to put join this server if you're interested in a small, possibly unfinished community server with friendly staff.